And what must be a record? Cassie and Diddy have settled their Bombshell lawsuit where she accused him of mental, physical, and some other damning abuses, which led to many other old interviews and stories resurfacing. Well, now, according to both parties, they have reached a settlement. But is it truly over for Diddy? Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it was just yesterday, or 2 days ago at this point, that we reported to you about Cassie's lawsuit. So one of the things that I wanted to correct, a couple of things from our last video. First off, Kim Porter, we talked in our last video, and I mentioned that she had 2 children with Diddy. She, in fact, has 3 children. She has the twins, and she has King Combs. The other thing that I wanted to address was the narrative that the media was putting out there, probably from Diddy's camp, was that this was a $30 million lawsuit. That was a narrative that was put out by Diddy's camp. So as always, what we do here, we always cite our sources. And shout out to Tiffany, who sent this to me on Instagram. And I just want to cite Pam Esquire, the law intellect, wrote this on social media. She says, as indicated in my live, Cassie did not put an amount in her lawsuit. According to Diddy's attorney, before filing the lawsuit, he alleged Cassie wanted $30 million from Diddy, or she would write a book, which we did mention. So the headlines are inaccurate, claiming that she's only seeking $30 million in the lawsuit. Cassie's lawyer denied the $30 million claim and further alleged that Diddy offered her 8 figures to keep quiet. The statements from both attorneys are in the post that she posted. So we did mention some of that, but I just wanted to make sure it was clear that when we say that it was a $30 million lawsuit, that number actually came from Diddy's side. However, apparently something was reached. So, we did a collaboration with Grace Report, Stephanie Wine and Chill, and Layla just yesterday talking about this legality of this situation. And Stephanie did mention 9 times out of 10, these types of things never go to trial. But what I did not expect was us to talk about this a day later, a day after it was filed. They reached a settlement Friday night. But as you know how social media works, all of the old Diddy stories resurfaced literally right after she filed, and people read the 35-page lawsuit where she was very detailed. Stephanie from her Wine and Chill on YouTube mentioned that this was one of the first times she's ever seen a trigger warning on an actual lawsuit. And if you read the lawsuit, you understand why. And it seems as if I'm not completely surprised that they reached a settlement so quickly because of the damning claims and everything. This literally blew up within hours of the news coming out. So I want to read what exactly both of their attorneys said in regards to this settlement. So the New York Post writes this. It says, Sean Diddy Combs and R&B singer Cassie have settled a lawsuit she filed against the legendary music producer and rapper that accused him of R-ing and physically abusing her for over a decade. As I mentioned to you before, multiple other stories and old interviews resurfaced, which we covered. Be sure to check out some of the other videos where we talked about that. So according to the New York Post, they said both sides, quote, resolved the claims to their mutual satisfaction on Friday night, one day after the Bombshell lawsuit was filed in Manhattan federal court, according to Cassie's legal team. She says this in the statement, which is important because if you read the 35-page lawsuit, then you saw the amount of jealousy, manipulation, and control that Diddy allegedly had over Cassie during their relationship. So she says this in her statement. She says, I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support. Diddy also released a statement saying, we have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. The terms of the settlement were not revealed, but we can only imagine that it includes that she will not talk about this in public again and that she will not write a book. That was actually a question that I posed to Stephanie when we did the collaboration yesterday. I said, do you think within this settlement that one of those stipulations will be that she will not be able to talk about this ever again? I'm pretty sure. But we shall see. We shall see. For them to reach a deal so quickly says to me that Cassie got whatever she wanted in this situation. But I know what you're probably thinking. Was this just a money grab? Well, I said this yesterday during our collaboration. $30 million, $100 million. If 1% of what Cassie talked about in this lawsuit is true, which I believe more than 1% of this is true, then homegirl deserves a whole lot more, and money is not going to heal that amount of trauma. And as I said to you before, I feel as if all of the stories that resurfaced after the news broke about this lawsuit just reminded people some of the things that they already kind of knew about Diddy, but I guess for some reason the industry has sort of let it pass. But I think that no matter if that Cassie got what she wanted in this lawsuit, I don't think that has stopped what's about to happen when it comes to Diddy and the Pandora box that has been opened. Don't you think that more people are going to go after Diddy and say, well, you did something similar to me? There were other women, old interviews are resurfacing that allege abuses against Diddy. And it seemed as if a lot of people were starting to turn their backs on Diddy, including Naomi Campbell and Janet Jackson. They were recently celebrating his birthday in London and they had posted pictures with him. And then suddenly those pictures were deleted from their social media. But Diddy knew what he was doing by making sure he put a kibosh on everything, including a story that TMZ came out with this week right after this lawsuit, stating that a reporter had spoken to one of the public information officers within the NYPD, and they were actively investigating someone by the name of Sean Combs in a criminal investigation. The NYPD, the very next day, released a statement saying that information was released erroneously. And a lot of you speculated that, did Diddy buy someone off? Look, normally I don't believe in all the conspiracy theories and things like that. And you know, we speculate a lot here. We really, really do. However, when we talk about these stories of abuse, for me, it's the preponderance of evidence and stories and multiple stories. And yes, we understand when victims come out, everyone comes out of the woodwork, but we need to start understanding, because every time we report on stories like this, people blaming the victim. And this is part of the reason why they do not come forward. But I still salute Cassie's bravery for coming forward, because I do believe she's going to inspire others to come forward. She may have settled her lawsuit, but I do believe she has now opened this box that has been closed for a very long time when it comes to Diddy and his alleged abuses. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts on this quick settlement and what could happen in the future for Sean Diddy Combs. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll ask you. Follow my lead, just watch your shoes. Got the